Let's start by looking ahead to Liverpool's trip to Crystal Palace tomorrow. Ahead of the game, their goalkeeper, Queven Keller, has been speaking to talkSPORT's Kweku Afari.
Yeah, it's been really good, really positive. I think everyone at the club is really enjoying this new work under the manager. Obviously it helps that we've had a really good start to the season as well and positive results, but no, I'm really impressed with him, and obviously it's been really enjoyable and to get his new ideas across as well, and we're working hard to try do the things that he wants. But it's been really good.
He's the first Liverpool manager to win 8 out of his first 9 games. In terms of your ambitions and goals this season as a squad, are you looking at the title as a realistic goal?
We know the quality in the squad is there for a league title, and obviously we went close enough last season as well. So yeah, I think definitely that ambition needs to be there, but we also need to take this game by game as well, and obviously show that we're good enough and just keep these good results coming, because we know the likes of Arsenal and City, that they rarely drop points, so we need to be at it every game to keep up with them. The main focus is obviously on our games, and we need to focus on our games and get those wins first before we can look elsewhere and look at those results.
Many people consider you to be one of the best second keepers in the Premier League. How frustrating is it for you, especially off the back of a game like that against Bournemouth where you did keep a clean sheet, to not get as many minutes as you'd like?
It's probably not a tag I want. I want to be, playing week in, week out and being that number one. But yeah, like I say, obviously at the moment the situation for me is that I'll get these opportunities, and I need to do well when I do get the opportunities and play well. So that's kind of my main focus, obviously, just to, when I do get that chance to come in and play well. It's important that I, play week in, week out now, and get that number one position, and just show everyone that I'm capable of being a number one and I can play week in, week out, and I'm good enough to play week in, week out. Obviously, I feel I have the quality to play well. Whenever I'm needed, even if that means I've not played a game in a few weeks, I can come in and still show my quality and do well. So I think that's obviously the most important part, just to be ready whenever called upon.
And looking ahead to the weekend, Liverpool take on Crystal Palace. It's a blockbuster fixture in the Premier League. It's turned into a classic and one that fans circle on the calendar. How do you think you guys get on in that game, and what are the biggest threats that Crystal Palace pose?
We obviously know how hard it is going to Palace. From previous seasons, it's a very tough place to go, and they're always on it when they play against us as well. So we just need to prepare ourselves now, get ready. Obviously we played yesterday as well, so we need to make sure we recover right, and we're in the best shape possible come Saturday. And they've a lot of good attacking threats as well, I feel, and we need to just be aware of that. And it's going to be a tough game, like it always is at Selhurst Park.
Queven Keller there, speaking to Kweku Afari. As we mentioned, Liverpool travel to Selhurst Park to take on a Crystal Palace side yet to win a game in the Premier League. Liverpool top of the table. Fantastic start so far for Arne Slot as Liverpool manager. 8 wins out of 9 in all competitions so far this season. Not bad. It must be strange for a young goalkeeper like that, where you get your chance. I think you played 26 times for Liverpool last season because of Alisson's injury. Obviously played in the League Cup final. You prove how good you are, but you're still going to be number 2 because you're behind the best goalkeeper maybe in the world, in Alisson.
And that's where you just got to keep your composure, but it's hard, as you said. That's the one position I always find must be so difficult mentally, because with strikers, the position I played, if the guy who's ahead of you is just scoring every week, there's nothing you can do about it. But at some point you think, right, I'll get an opportunity. With that one there, because goalkeepers, you want that position to be settled. Yeah. Because obviously the goalkeeper, the back four, or back three, whatever you play. And when you're behind someone like an Alisson, it must be so hard. I always remember Steve Harper at Newcastle.
Oh, well, you forget about that, don't you?
I forget.
Shay Given,
he was behind Shay Given for about 10 years. For about 10 years. And I just think, it must be quite a lonely place. But he's shown already, that Kelly, that when he's called upon, he's ready to go. I mean, he's had some unbelievable performances for Liverpool. But I do wonder how long it will be before. And I get it, it must be quite hard. And this is no disrespect, but he's at Liverpool Football Club, one of the best clubs in the world, one of the most high-profile clubs in the world. And I know you're number 2 behind Alisson. How easy is it for him to then, say he left and went to, I don't know, Southampton? Yeah. Right? Or, do you know what I'm trying to get at? Yeah. I know it's about playing football, but leaving that behind, knowing that you're going to get minutes at some point behind Alisson.
Because Alisson does pick up his injuries as well. He does. He does play a lot of games.
Are you prepared to play for a side that's in the Champions League, or drop down a level to play week in, week out? I think at some point he has to make that decision.
Yeah, I mean, surely at this stage, was he 25? I think.
Yeah, he's not young.
This is the time to go.
Exactly.
Now. This is it, isn't it? Where you've proven yourself. Again, last season he was almost in the shop window because he played so many games and played well for Liverpool. Surely that's it now. Okay, I can do this. I can play in the Premier League. I can play in sort of European games. I can do it. I'm number one for my country. Surely it's time. But
Alisson's only 32.
Yeah.
So he's obviously going to be, if he wants to, he could be around for another eight years.
And Liverpool signed another goalkeeper as well. Let's not forget that.
Mate, Mamardashvili.
Yeah.
He is unbelievable as well.
So this is it, right? I mean, if you're Queven, you're thinking 1 second, you've signed Mamardashvili.
I watched him in the Euros quite a few times, Mamardashvili. He is unbelievable and he's massive.
Yeah.
Massive. So you're right. I almost forgot you lot signed him. So I don't know where he fits in now.
It's a big problem for them. But hopefully not a big problem for Liverpool. As a Liverpool fan, hopefully they can go to Selhurst Park.
Are you?
Sometimes. This is not good news for Liverpool fans. Real Madrid have already made contact with England defender Trent Alexander-Arnold as they attempt to lure him away from Liverpool at the end of the season. He's gone, isn't he?
I mean, listen, reports that I heard were that they haven't reached out to him at all.
Where do we hear these? Who's your source?
Big journalist.
Really?
Told me that, yeah. So I'll tell you.
So they've not really reached out to him?
No. And the what I've heard is that Real Madrid is quite big on their dressing room. And Danny Carvajal's, what is he, 32?
30, I think he's older than that, Carvajal.
So, like, bringing someone into the dressing room now would almost upset the dressing room because he's such a big player, because he's won everything for them. So, maybe in a year's time, he might go, do you know what, enough's enough, I'm going, and then they'll bring one in. But the timing's off for...
Timing's off for that then, because you'll sign a contract.
But Hakimi's the next one coming up.
Then he might buy out his contract. Do you think he would want to go, Trent?
I think that's the only place he'd want to go. Real Madrid on the planet. I mean, Real Madrid just seems to be... And why would you not want to play for that team, with that manager, with some of them players?
Yeah.
Could you imagine him playing in that team?
Giving the ball to Mbappe.
Whoever he wants.
Vinicius, just swinging those passes.
Exactly.
To Jude.
But no...
and for his brand as well. For your brand. Surely he's Liverpool's future captain. Surely.
That's what I think. I think that there, just for me, future Liverpool captain, he's Liverpool through and through. Yeah. That's why I've got reservations as to whether he'll go to Real Madrid or stay at Liverpool.
Yeah, Steve McManaman was Liverpool through and through. He left, didn't he?
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.